Namaste and welcome again to the Madhyas Darshan English channel. Yesterday we began this 5-part series in which we are sharing highlights of a real 3-day workshop with all of you. In the opening session yesterday, the main points that we covered were: 1. There are 4 orders in nature. We saw that human beings are the most evolved order on this earth. Shri A. Nagaraj, propounder of Madhyas Darshan, has put human beings in the knowledge order because human beings want to know about everything in this existence and have the potential to know everything. No other order, the material order, the plants order, and the animal order, none of them have this capacity. Sadly, not having understood the existence correctly and not having understood themselves correctly, human beings have put this enormous potential to ill use, not only for themselves but for the whole planet. We also saw that the conditions around us have in the last few decades fast deteriorated. Disintegrating families and deteriorating society and nature has been noticed by all of us in the short duration of our own lifetimes. We identified human beings as the root cause of the problem. It was proposed that humans are making this mistake primarily because they have not understood themselves. While discussing what a happy family would be, we talked about the needs of a family and did a group activity called Needs of a Human Beings. We saw that over 100 participants could together list only 34 needs. Only 34. We then divided the needs into 2 categories: physical needs for the body and non-physical needs for what we called self or Jivan. With an objective to clearly understand ourselves, our discussions are focused on the Jivan part. Shri A. Nagaraj has proposed in Madhyas Darshan that a human being is coexistence of body and self. That is where we ended the discussion yesterday. A phrase which we repeatedly used in the first session and will continue to use in the remaining parts of the workshop is "it is a proposal" or "it is being proposed by Madhyas Darshan." Madhyas Darshan is actually a set of proposals regarding existence, including human beings. It is not essential that all of us must immediately agree with the proposals. What is important is the process of self-exploration and self-reflection starts within us. What we are trying to do in the workshop is to see how to do this exploration and reflection. In a way, we are trying to do collective exploration and reflection. For it to be effective, the exploration and reflection in us needs to continue even after the workshop is over. Today, we continue to develop our understanding of human being as coexistence of body and self and get more clarity on the Jivan part, the self part. So without any further delay, let's go to the video number 2 right away. Thank you. So how many of you found yesterday's sessions interesting, and so interesting that you spoke to people at home about that? Did anybody go back home and speak to your family members on, please raise your, regarding yesterday's session? Okay. Okay. So what did you discuss? You can have the mic. Yeah.
I am discussing with my family about whom to respect.
Okay.
As for yesterday's discussion, we are not respecting the people who are having a car, who are
Correct.
having money.
Very nice. Very nice.
That I am planning to discuss. Yesterday already I have discussed that.
Yeah. Because what happens is, like why we are doing this sharing, I mean, we spend a few hours here every day
something of those discussions, it stays with you, that you discuss with your family members, with your friends. Okay, so it's interesting to see that what are the highlights of the session which you guys thought it is important, and you find it so important that you want to discuss with your family member. So very nice. So what your good name, please, sir? Shankar. So what Shankar Bhai is saying is that we talked about that Roop, Pad, Dhan, Bal, right? So we did that exercise yesterday, like, I mean, who are the people we recruit. So you found that very interesting and very revealing. Very good, very nice. Okay, the human part is what is respect worthy. That realization, when it comes to us, then the next step is that I will also be respected based only on that basis. Okay, so then, you know, these are what we call, you know, human beings are in two categories. I will write it here. You know, as far as the philosophy is concerned, the words they are using is Brahmit and Jagrit. Okay, now many of you may not follow exactly what it means. So we will convert it into simple Hindi, and then we will try to convert it into English also. So Brahmit means na samajh. You understand na samajh? And Jagrit means samajdar. And if we have to write in English, it will be a human being under delusion. And this will be wise human being. We have to move from this state to this state. This is what we have to do. And this is what we would like our children also to be aware of. If nobody told us, we were not aware of this thing. If nobody tells our children will also be not aware about this. So this is what we have to do. This is our program of life. If it looks good to me personally, then we visualize, yes, I mean, this is something which my family needs. That we have to become from Nasamaj to Samajdar, from Brahmit to Jagrit.
Rich, poor and prospering that we had discussed yesterday, where people feeling that they are rich, they have a sorrow, and the people who are poor, they have a sorrow. But a person who feels that he is prospering is not having a sorrow and all that, even if the resources are not bothering him and things are not bothering. That's how we need to be in that position, feeling that we are prospering.
That was also really okay.
The human being, like the other three, are so well connected.
They are so well connected.
As our needs, extra needs, it is nothing but the greed. Unless the knowledge person have a greed, we can't bring back the universe to the normal value. If our needs and the greeds, they are in the limited, then we can bring back our environment and the pollution.
Okay. We'll do one thing. Yesterday somebody was asking when we were doing this exercise that there is a need, you know, like wants and needs, are they the same thing or different thing? So, you know, what we will do is we will write these things here, which we will discuss in the workshop, but not right at this point of time. But when we proceed further, you know, a context will come in which this will, but so that we do not forget, we write it here, needs and wants. Okay, this is one thing that we will discuss. So you said a couple of things which I think that I will comment on. One is that you said something like, you know, we have to limit our, what did you say? Some needs. No, this is very confusing. Good morning, sir. This is very confusing when somebody says that we have to limit our needs. Okay. We do not want to limit our needs. We want to fulfill our needs. Okay. So actually, this is where most of us get disconnected from religion. So religion also tells us that live very simply, you know, like you do not need a lot of money. But then to live very simply, we find it very difficult to do practically in life. Okay, we need comforts. I mean, I do not want to deny myself and my family, my children, my old parents, the comforts which they think they need. So as soon as we use this language, we have to limit our needs. It is like somebody is telling me that why do you want so much, you need less, and please control your needs. So what we are trying to say in this workshop is we do not have to limit our needs. We have to properly identify our needs. There's a difference between limiting our needs and properly identifying our needs. So how to properly identify our needs? Human being consists of body and self. I have needs of the body and I have needs of the self. This distinction, if it is not clear to us, then everything becomes hodgepodge. So I'll just quickly refresh again for your sake so that we remember all of us again what we discussed. We started with, we have problems around us. Right? Although we have made a lot of technological advancements in the last 50 years, 100 years, still there are a lot of things which are not right around us. Correct? We discussed at 4 levels: at the level of self, at the level of family, level of society, level of nature. Then we drew this diagram, 4 orders in nature, and then we identified the main culprit. Who is the culprit? Human being. Okay? Who is supposedly the most knowledgeable on this earth, turns out to be the culprit also. Okay? Then we started to explore why this is happening. So then we looked at the needs of, then we tried to identify what a happy family will be. Okay? Then we came to avshakta. So this is the conclusion where we reached yesterday. That so far we were mixing up these two things. We were trying to get saman from, and we were trying to get saman from sama. This is what we call status. This is what we closed yesterday. We move forward now. I'll introduce 2 more words here. Suvidha and Sukh. Familiar with both these words? You are familiar with these words? Suvidha and Sukh. What is Suvidha? Facilities, comforts, whatever. Okay, physical facilities. And what is Sukh? Sukh is happiness. So, needs of the body we are calling Suvidha. And needs of the self we are calling needs of the body we are calling Suvidha, and needs of the self we are calling Sukh. In North India, there's a tradition of touching feet of elders. Here also I believe that tradition is. And one common blessing which the elders give when their feet are touched is Sukhi Raho. Here also it is like this. Okay, there are many blessings which elders give, but one common blessing is Sukhi Raho. Khush Raho. Khush is Sukhi. Happy. They don't give the blessing Suvidha Sampanna Raho. They don't give the blessing, okay, collect a lot of Suvidha. What they say? Sukhi Raho. So in tradition we have identified that all of us want to be happy, and it will be good if our children will also become happy. But do we really understand where to place happiness? What is happiness? So we are trying to place happiness here. Happiness is related with self. Here we wrote yesterday needs of the human being. We wrote happiness and then we classified happiness in this section. So whatever we need for the body is suvidha, and what we need for the self is sukh. Why we are finding lack of happiness around us and in our families, in our offices, in our society? I will again re-emphasize, because we have not understood self very clearly. Because we did not understand self, we understood body. So let us try to understand ourselves a little more clearly. So we have a body, we have a self, and we are a human being, which is body plus self. A lot of activities happen in us and we do a lot of activities. So can we identify some activities in us which are purely body based? Self has no role to play in them or a very minimum role to play in them. They automatically happen in our body. Which one? Breathing. Breathing, okay, yes, breathing. Like when we are sleeping for a few hours, breathing is already automatically happening. So breathing, good. Breathing, blood circulation, what else? Growth of the body, digestion, growth of the body. Now what do we mean by growth of the body? What do we mean by growth of the body? Like when a child is there, when a child is born, the weight of the child is what, 2 kgs, 3 kgs, something like that. By first birthday of the child, mostly children are 8, 10 kgs of weight. Okay. So are we pulling them every day for them to become taller, or they become tall themselves? Okay, we don't have to make any effort to It automatically happens. When they are playing, then also they are growing. They are sleeping, then also they are growing. So it's more visible in children. When we grow up to a specific height or to specific body weight, probably after that growth is not visible, but new cells are still being formed because old cells are dying, and there's an equilibrium in that. So growth is not visible, but new cells are automatically being formed. In case of children, more new cells are formed than the cells which are dying. So growth is visible. So breathing, blood circulation, digestion, growth of the body. What else? Heartbeat. Yes. What else? Maturity is related with body, or so we are talking about body right here. Which one? Okay, yes. Okay. See, that digestion is happening automatically. Okay, cleansing we do by choice. Like if I have to go to toilet, it will not automatically happen wherever I am sitting. Right? We make a conscious decision that yes, okay, I can go now, and then we go and then we do whatever we have to do. Right? It happens like that. So it does not automatically happen in nails growing, hair growing. Okay, what are they? Are purely activities of the, we don't think about, you know, I have to grow hair. So nail growth, hair growth, so there's a difference between बाल बढ़ना और बाल बढ़ाना. बाल बढ़ना and बाल बढ़ाना, are they the same thing or different thing? Different thing. बाल बढ़ना happens automatically. It's purely an activity of the body. What is बाल बढ़ाना? So बाल बढ़ाना is my conscious decision not to cut. Okay. So that is बाल बढ़ाना is an activity of the self. Thinking. Very good. Thinking. What else? Feelings. Let's discuss one by one also. We'll come to senses later. When we say feelings, what is that we are precisely saying by feelings? Who said feelings? Yes. 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 Give an example, please. Yes. 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 See, yeah. So, you know, like feelings is sometimes, you know, we get confused also. So, I'm just making it clear here. When we are talking about feelings, purely in the self, what feelings are there, that we are writing here. Okay? Sometimes we are talking about sensory feelings also. Okay, now sensory feelings is through body. Okay, so that will come. That will come here. Here we are talking about purely feelings of the self. So, like somebody insults us. How many of us felt at some point of time that we were insulted in one way or the other? All of us have been? Okay. Okay. So, insult is like the other extreme of respect. So, we sometimes feel respected also. Okay. So, somebody gives us food. We go to somebody's house. Somebody invites us, come to my home, we'll have lunch together. The food is very good, but we don't get the respect which we think we should be getting from our host. Okay, the host is busy in himself, you know, he's not paying any attention to us. I'm sitting alone there. The food is very good, the crockery is very good, but respect is not there. Okay. So that feeling which is associated directly with the self only. When I get a feeling that I am not getting respected. Okay. Those are the feelings we are writing here. That is what we are categorizing here. Purely feelings of the self, not feelings of the body. What else? Senses, somebody was saying. Yeah. What do you mean by senses, Didi? Maybe it will come in the third category. Okay. What else here? Pardon? Ego. Ego. Okay. What else? Okay. Pride. Okay. 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 So basically our feelings like happiness we say, all these are feelings only, whatever we are saying. And then we can probably write here desires also. Do we all have desires? Very much. A lot of desires. सारी मुसीबत ही ये है. So desire is an activity in the self. Body is incapable of having desires. Body does not have desires. I mean, the more we think about it, the more we introspect it, the more clear it will become to us. What are the things which we jointly do with body and self? Most of the things which we are doing in daily routine fall in this category. For example, talking. Do we talk just like that, or we think and talk? Pardon? No, want to talk is one thing, but the process of talking, yes, some words come out of my mouth. So some random words come out of my mouth, or I think what I have to say and then I say what I have to say. It's a coordination of self and body. The act of speaking is with body, but what to speak is decided by self. Right? So talking, walking, pardon? Writing, eating. So why we are discussing it is, we are studying the human being. We said yesterday we live at 4 levels: self, family, society, nature. So we have to understand all these 4 levels. So right now we are trying to understand the self, the individual, one person. Okay, so how the human design is, body plus self. Okay, 2 types of needs. Then how our functioning is, so that we try to see. There are some activities which are happening in the body, some activities which are only happening in the self, and then there are many activities which are done with the coordination of self and body. So far so good? So yesterday my main purpose was to convey to all of you that there is something which is very, very interesting, very, very useful for all of us. So we straight away jumped to this human being. But there are a few things in the background to be in place. Without that, like we will be a little confused. So I think I will take some time here to set that foundation also, so that our discussion goes in the right direction. So we will do a small exercise. Before that exercise, I will say that in this existence there are or let me put it other way. What is a dialogue? Like 2 persons are there, A and B. A says something to B. B listens, and then B responds and A listens. So what we are saying is, we are trying to understand what a dialogue is. So A says something to B, B hears that, then B responds and A hears. Maybe this process can is it a dialogue? It looks like a dialogue. No, okay. What is, so what will be dialogue? Agenda is not there. Okay. And exchange of ideas. Right? So here what we are trying to emphasize is that ideas part. So A says a few words, B hears those few words, then B responds and A hears those words. It is not a dialogue. What will be a dialogue? That when A says something, those words have some meanings. If that meaning reaches B, and then B responds, and B has a meaning with his words, that meaning reaches A, then a dialogue is. Let me give another example here. How many times in our lives do we find ourselves in situation when we have to say it, or somebody else says this to us, I did not mean this. Does it happen? I didn't mean this. No, why it happens? I didn't mean this. Exactly. So what A told B, the words were going, but the meaning was not going. So B assumed something else which A did not want to convey. That is why we have to use this phrase, मेरा ये मतलब नहीं था. I didn't mean this. Okay. Many times we behave normally, we don't even know सामने वाले को बुरा लग जाता है. Then we have to sort of patch up, अरे भैया मेरा ये मतलब नहीं था. लेकिन सामने वाले को लगा तो उसको बुरा लगा. यही तो रोज हो रहा है घरों में. यही हो रहा है ना. हमारा ये मतलब ही नहीं था, वो सामने वाले को पता नहीं क्यों लगता है, पता नहीं मम्मी को क्यों लगता है, पता नहीं बच्चे को क्यों लगता है. No, that is also, all of us are very well educated. I mean, we don't know the language. That is also a difficult thing to say. Okay. तो ये थोड़ा सा देखना पड़ेगा. We'll see how much we can cover. But like in this workshop also we are having dialogue. It's not a speech. It's not that it's a one-way speech. I am telling you things. We are having a dialogue. We exchange words, right? I ask for your responses also. So what we are saying is that in existence, if we try to understand the things, there are basically 3 stages to an understanding things. Word, meaning, like water. Water is a word. And there is a reality associated with this word. There is a reality associated with this word. What is that reality? There is something which my body needs when I am thirsty. The word can be different. For example, in Malayalam you may call it vellam, you may call it neer, Hindi you may call it pani. Okay, in English they will call it water. But whatever the words may be in different languages, the reality is only one. This concept we have to capture. That different languages are evolved based on geographical conditions. Because of, due to various reasons, there are different languages all over the world in various geographies. But in all languages, what we are trying to communicate with each other is reality. मुझे भूख लगी है. No, मुझे भूख लगी है, ये एक reality है. ठीक है? I tell it to my wife or to my mother and then I get food. Okay? So, खाना चाहिए, प्यास लगी है तो पानी चाहिए. ठीक है, बारिश है, गर्मी में रहना है, सर्दी में रहना है, घर बनाना है. So these things we have to talk to each other about realities. We have to understand realities. There are some things which are good for our body. There are certain foods which are poisonous, which we should not eat. All these are realities. So for realities, we have words, and then, like from word to reality, we go with an explanation. So when we say meaning actually means, like, it can be explanation, it can be definition, so many times a word may not indicate a reality. So we have to explain the word. Like in when we teach students early physics in middle school and high school, we talk about concepts like velocity, right? Acceleration. Now what are they? They are words. Velocity is a, acceleration is a word. There is a reality associated with these words. So then in our lecture plans, we explain this word by different examples, meanings, definitions, so that child can associate it with the word with a reality. So in this workshop also, we are using a lot of words. The words are very similar to what we have already used in our language also, in normal language, in day-to-day life. But meanings are a little different. That meaning we have to capture. If meaning we do not capture rightly, then the sense will be lost. That is why we are giving importance to this thing, that we have to do this exercise, words, meanings and reality. So yesterday we did one such exercise, which was rich, poor and prosperous. So when we took three words, then we realized that yes, these three words have different meanings, and then we know what is rich, what is poor, what is prosperous. Now all 100 of us have the same concept of what is prosperous. Earlier we had different concepts. Okay, so our understanding of prosperous is now one who has identified the family or the individual who have identified their physical needs and are well equipped to meet them. They have a feeling of having more than what they need. This is what we are saying is prosperity. So let us look at some 2-3 other examples which we will be using in this workshop, and it is important that we are on the same platform there. Our understanding is same. We yesterday spoke about universal human values. So what is, how do we define universal? Accepted by everyone. Okay. Common. Okay. Fine. So we are reaching there, but we want to precisely put it. Pardon? That exists all the time. Okay. Please, yeah. Irrespective of? Okay, very good, very good. So, so I think everybody is saying the same thing. We will precisely put it so that we do not have any confusion on this later on. Universal is something which does not change with place. Does not change with individuals and does not change with time. What is universal? Does not change. Yeah, so we will have the slides also side by side. Okay, so we did this today morning. Dialogue, when does it happen? So when does a dialogue happen? When B hears A and A hears B, or when B understands A and A understands B. Okay. Okay. Now this is some, we'll come to it later on, let me not confuse. Okay, now here we are. So what is universal? Change with individual, does not change with place, and does not change with time. So when we are saying universal human values, we are talking about human values which are universal. Universal means if a human being lived 5,000 years ago, the human values which we will be discussing in this workshop were applicable 5,000 years ago also, same human values. Will be applicable 5,000 years later also if human beings are here. Okay. And today also, whether the human being is in India or the human being is in America or Africa or Pakistan or Nepal, whether the human being is a male, whether the human being is a female, whether the human being is 10 years old child, whether the human being is a 90 years old child, these human values are universal. That is what we will be discussing. That is the level of expansion we are talking about. We are not talking about Indian values or, as we said yesterday, we have to talk about universal human values. Okay, so those human values which are universal in nature. And what is universal? Does not change with time, does not change with place, does not change with individual. Okay, so universal human values means, now we know what universal means. Now let us try to see what value means. So what are values? If I ask 100 people what are values, will I get the same answer or different answer? Different answer. But we have to work together. Okay, if in the family there are 5-6 people and we ask what are values, everybody will have different answers. Okay, but we have to live together as a family also. So unless we develop a common understanding of what values are, it will be difficult to have a value-based living. Okay, so we have to develop our understanding of what values are. So this is a modus operandi which we will have many times in these workshops, that when we want to understand one word like value, we will take another word which has somewhat similar meaning. See what are the distinctions between the two. So we will take two words, value and price. Are they the same thing or different thing? Okay, so let us try to find out the differences between what is the difference between value and price, and in the process we will develop our clarity about what value is. So what is the difference between value and price? Okay, what is measurable? Measurable, tangible. See, I am right. It is correct. So you do not please write here. You finally write what is correct. Okay, and you are saying this is intangible. Okay, what else? So this is quantitative. This is qualitative. What else? Value is value of any unit in this existence. Value of any unit. Any unit means this slider, this pen, this shirt, human being, everything is its participation in the larger order of which it is a part. इसको हिंदी में लिखना हो तो लिख सकते हैं वस्तु की उपयोगिता ही उसका मूल्य है. द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ समथिंग, द यूटिलिटी ऑफ समथिंग, इट्स पार्टिसिपेशन इन द लार्जर ऑर्डर, दैट इज इट्स वैल्यू. So if I give an example, value, price, and I say this pen, what is its price? 25 rupees. What is its value? It writes. Potatoes, price, how many rupees per kg? 20. What is its value? Nourishment. What is the value of potato? Is nourishment of potato universal? Like, was the potato giving nourishment 5,000 years ago also? Will it give nourishment 1,000 years afterwards also? Does it give nourishment in India? Does it give nourishment in Pakistan? Does it give nourishment in Africa? Okay. So value of something is universal. Price varies. Price of the pen will be varying from place to place. Price of potato will be varying from place to place. Value of something is universal. Okay, so somebody said here that this is personal perception, this is universal. Actually this is universal. Price is not universal. Price varies. We all know that. Okay. So how do human beings become valuable? Okay. How do human beings become valuable? So the subject that enables us to understand what is valuable for human beings is called value education. It also covers how human beings become valuable. Pardon, sir?
Swami Vivekananda has told long back, those who live for themselves, they are more dead than alive. Those who live for others, they will
See, I entirely agree. What has happened is a lot of great men over a long period of history have tried to convey this reality to mankind, but somehow that reality has not been getting communicated. Okay, they have tried to convey the right thing, but then we do not see it in this society. Okay, so why is it that great men say some good things, but we are not able to bring it to the classroom? We are not able to inculcate among ourselves, and we are not able to give it to our children. Okay, there is something somewhere which is missing. So what we are trying to do in this workshop is to give you are all educators, you are all faculty members in reputed colleges. Okay, you know how a classroom works. We are trying by means of this workshop to give you an idea about how can we logically talk about values in a classroom. So far, all these things have been covered under religion, mostly. Okay. So religion is very difficult to bring to the classroom. I mean, what will you bring to the classroom? You will bring Bhagavad Gita, or you will bring Quran, or you will bring Bible. Okay, you bring one thing, the other people will protest. Okay, so then we decided that, like no religious book will be brought to the classroom. But then we have moral sciences. So moral science and value education, there is a fundamental difference. Moral science talks about do's and don'ts. Value education explains values. Okay, so do's and don'ts versus understanding, that is the difference between value education and moral education. What personally happened with me, now this is something which all of you have to verify within yourself also. I am something else than body. This everybody has told us. But what is that something else? We do not have much clarity on that. Right or wrong? In this workshop, what we are trying to do here is, in a classroom, to develop an understanding of what that self is, what my design is, okay, and what the design of everybody is, in a way in which somehow, due to some reason, nobody else explained to me earlier. Okay, there are great men, they have their great preaching, but somehow it did not reach me. Somehow it did not reach many of you. Right? That is why what we are discussing here, you feel like, yes, this touches us. Okay, so this is coming to us in a way in which nobody else has been able to explain to us. There may be certain things which even I may not be able to explain to you. You know, I will have my own limitation also. Every teacher has certain limitations. Okay, so what I am not able to explain to you, fine, you can keep it as a pending with you. Maybe there will be some better resource person in future with whom you will interact, they will be able to provide answers. So one is limitation in knowledge, second is limitation of the facilitator. Okay. So here what we are saying is that our own understanding of what we are has been explained to us so beautifully. That is why all of you have so much of interest. Money is the root cause of all wickedness. All wickedness. Okay, but money is required also. Okay, so so again what happens is, as we said, there are two types of people, na samajh and समझदार. ना समझ आदमी मनी के साथ में विकेडनेस की तरफ जाएगा, समझदार आदमी मनी के साथ में ठीक तरीके से जिएगा. सो इट इज नॉट प्रॉब्लम विद द मनी, इट इज प्रॉब्लम विद द समझदारी ऑफ द पर्सन. Problem, like like many times when we were in school days, we used to get an essay to be written, विज्ञान वरदान या अभिशाप. क्या उसको इंग्लिश में क्या बोलेंगे? साइंस boon or a bane, or boon or a curse. Okay, is science boon or curse, or it is the human being who is controlling that science that is boon, or that is converting into boon or curse? Do we need knife or not? Knife can be used to kill a person also, and knife can be used, which we all use in the kitchen every day. So is it problem with the knife, or it is problem with the user? Problem with the user. Knife does not have any problem. So we are giving a proposal here that all human beings have only one goal. Only one goal. What is that goal? Happiness. Okay, so this is written also somewhere. All the effort of human beings is for happiness and happiness only. मानव का समस्त प्रयास सुख और केवल सुख के लिए है. Okay, so we will try to identify the gap by asking this question: do I want to be happy sometimes, or do I want to be happy always? And in our current state, we are happy always, or we are happy sometimes. अभी हमारी जिंदगी चल रही है कभी खुशी कभी गम. ओके, और वो जो गम वाला पीरियड है, दैट इज व्हाट वी डू नॉट एक्सेप्ट. ओके, वी वांट टू बी इन ए कंटिन्यूअस स्टेट ऑफ हैप्पीनेस, while our current chart of life is, if we draw in a graphical manner, On the bottom side we will say unhappiness, and here we will say happiness. So our chart is something like this. करेक्ट? ऐसा ही है सबके साथ? Let's try to understand slightly more clearly. Do we use a word occasionally in our lives? I am feeling bored. बोर होते हैं कभी कभी? हमारे आसपास के लोग भी कभी कभी बोर होते हैं. ये बोर होना क्या होता है? Pardon? Happiness exceeds. Okay. So again, because all of us are technical people, we will, make a lot of use of these number lines and graphs. So let us see. This is a number line. Here we have 0. So we have minus numbers here, -1, -2, -4, -5, and we have +1, +2, 3, 4, 5. So this is happiness, this is reverse, unhappiness. So here we had seen vertically, x and y axis. Here we are saying right and left is, this side is unhappiness, this side is happiness. We want to go from unhappiness to happiness. What is boring? What is getting bored? Bored is when I am not unhappy, but I do not know how to become happy. A lot of rich people feel bored. Okay. Why? Looking back at this thing, body and self, they have everything that the body needs. They are not aware about the self part. And happiness is associated with self. So if we try to become happy only by these means, possibly the maximum that can happen is we can come to this state. We can reduce our physical miseries, physical scarcities. सुविधा वाले पार्ट के ऊपर we can overcome things, but सुख वाले पार्ट को छूता भी नहीं है सुविधा. सुविधा is separate, सुख is separate. Okay, so what is bore? Getting bored? We are here. What is adjustment?
Accepting things as they are.
And what is happiness? So what is the difference? So that is what we are asking, because when we will look at these words, as we have seen value and price, and we will look at similar sounding words, and then we will become, our clarity about what precisely we mean by happiness becomes clear. So what is the difference between adjustment and happiness?
Partial acceptance is adjustments.
Okay.
When your expected results and outcome meets, that is happiness.
And what is adjustment?
Accepting what
No. See, one thing we have said is feeling of acceptance is happiness. So adjustment is compromise. Yes. So what is compromise? What is the difference between compromise and even if we? Okay. I will write two phrases here. प्यार दिखाना versus प्यार होना. Okay, respect दिखाना versus respect होना. या feeling of respect. These are same things or different things? So what is the difference between respect dikhana versus feeling of respect?
You don't respect the person, but you respect the chair and the power. I think. Versus
Yeah, I mean, like we are showing respect, but within us the feeling of respect is not there. Acting. Acting, perfect word, acting, yes. Okay. Similarly, pyar also, many situations we can see, we can visualize, we show pyar, but that feeling of pyar may not be there. Right? So same is in happiness also, the acceptance. I accept something, but feeling of acceptance is not there. I accept something, so to accept versus feeling of acceptance. In one workshop, this came out very clearly. I mean, I was not conducting that workshop, one of our senior facilitators, he was conducting it. So he shared with her, he said that a girl came to her during the break. A girl came to our facilitators, a married woman. So she said that, you know, I used to love somebody and I wanted to marry a boy. My father was against me marrying that boy. Okay. And due to various reasons within the family, I could not go against. So I married the person my father wanted me to marry. So I have accepted what my father wanted me to do. But I feel still unhappy. Okay, so what she was asking is that in the workshop you are saying feeling of acceptance is happiness. I have accepted what my father wanted to do, but I am still feeling unhappy. Okay. No. So we are talking about the person concerned here. Okay. So here what is happening is, again, so what we are saying here is to accept versus feeling of acceptance. So she accepted but did not have a feeling of acceptance. Okay. So children will not do what we tell them to do. Children will do what they see us doing. This is the point which I was trying to make. So in human values also, you may teach something in the class, but then you will have your own conduct also. Okay, so all those of us who come from spiritual backgrounds and we have invested a lot of our time historically in our life journey on spirituality part, many times what is happening is in spirituality, the people who are telling us to do certain things, many times what they are telling to do, they themselves are unable to follow that. सदा सच बोलो, सबसे बड़ा झूठ बन गया. ओके, फर्स्ट मॉरल साइंस लेक्चर इज सदा सच बोलो. अभी जो लेक्चर दे रहे हैं वो भी सदा सच नहीं बोल पाता और बच्चा देखता है. बच्चा कहां से देखेगा सर? मॉरल साइंस इज बाउंड टू फेल. Okay, it will not happen by do's and don'ts or all. It will happen when children will see that the people who are teaching values are living according to those values. So while you may like that this content is very good, this is a lot of responsibility for you also. Okay, it's not speaking good things in the workshop. It is ability and sense of responsibility to live according to what you are saying in the workshop. The workshop will be, you will take a session for 1 or 2 hours, but the student will see you for 10 hours every day. Okay. So compulsion to accept what I don't want to accept is unhappiness. We already said that. है ना, अस्वीकार्य को स्वीकार करने का जो दबाव है वही दुख है. Happiness. So we want निरंतर happiness. So what we are saying here is निरंतर सुख के लिए निरंतर स्वीकृति. Because what we said is सुख बराबर स्वीकृति. वो एक्सेप्टेंस लिखा था ना, क्या लिखा था? Happiness is equal to acceptance. Feeling of acceptance, right? So continuous happiness means continuous acceptance. So this is what we are saying. Continuous happiness के लिए continuous acceptance for continuous happiness. Now acceptance is for व्यवस्था और अव्यवस्था. What do we want? Vyavastha. We want harmony. Okay? So Vyavastha is in all parts working harmoniously. That is what we call Vyavastha. In any machine, when all parts are working harmoniously, that is what we call Vyavastha. In air conditioner, in fan, in computers, everything, there are a lot of parts. When all those parts work in harmony with each other, then the thing works fine. Then we say computer is vyavasthit, AC is vyavasthit. So vyavastha is talmel, harmony. So for happiness, we have to understand harmony, to live in harmony, and have the ability to explain harmony to the next generation. This is for happiness. We have to understand harmony because we want harmony. We accept harmony, vyavastha. So there are 4 levels of our living: self, family, society, and nature. So there is harmony in the self. आपको दिख नहीं रहा, वो स्लाइड दिख नहीं रहा आपको, चलेगा? ओके. So to understand harmony in the self, to understand harmony in the family, to understand harmony in society, and to understand harmony in nature. So then that becomes our task. We don't have to create harmony. Harmony exists. We just have to understand what it is. By not having the right understanding of harmony, we create disharmony. We create avyavastha. When we talk about values, universal human values, happiness is the first value. Okay? So we are saying values, values, values since yesterday, universal human values. So you have to have clarity on what those values are. So there are total 30 values. As per this workshop, as per coexistential philosophy, there are 30 values. Happiness is the first value. Why we are calling it a value? Why are we calling it a value? Okay. Okay. Nee, so what was the definition of value? What are values? Okay. So the importance of something is its value. So I am happy. Is it my importance? How do we explain this?
Happiness is supposed to be the terminal value for everything.
That also is okay. That also is okay.
We call it as the term.
One who is not happy is unhappy, and one will spread only what one has. Sounds logical? One who is not happy is unhappy, and one will distribute what one has. One will spread what one. That is why in our day-to-day routine, we look at the mood of the other person before. It not happens only with the boss, it happens at home also. घर में भी मूड देख के बात करते हैं कि नहीं करते, है ना? घर में भी मूड देखना पड़ता है. सर का मूड कैसा है, मैडम का मूड कैसा है. ठीक है, तो जैसे बॉस के साथ में बात करते टाइम, बिकॉज इफ द बॉस इज एंग्री देन ही विल डिस्ट्रीब्यूट. इफ द बॉस इज फ्रस्ट्रेटेड ही विल डिस्ट्रीब्यूट. Okay, if the boss is irritated, he will distribute irritation, and if the boss is happy, he will distribute happiness. It's not only the boss, every human being. So being happy is my value to the people around me, because if I am happy, I will distribute happiness. And all of you, what you want? Everybody wants to be happy. So only a happy person can contribute to other people's happiness. An unhappy person will cause unhappiness in others. So being happy becomes my value. This is my contribution to the people around me. So what we are saying here is समझदारी सुख है. अभी तक हम लोगों ने चीजों में सुख ढूंढा था, है ना? अभी तक हम लोगों ने चीजों में सुख ढूंढा था. अभी तक हमने सुख ढूंढा था यहां पे. What we are saying now is सुख is here and समझदारी is here. So समझदारी is सुख, ना समझी is दुख. ना समझी बराबर समस्या, समस्या बराबर दुख. Absence of wisdom is problem, and that is unhappiness. Wisdom is clarity or resolution, and that is happiness. So what we are saying here, what will be a wise human being? समझदार मानव कौन होगा? Ability to live harmoniously with other human beings and with nature. Ability to live harmoniously with other human beings and with nature. This by definition will become a wise human being. Right now, in what current state we are? Difficult to live with other human being and spoiling nature. Yeah. Thank you. So harmony at 4 levels. So we started harmony in self. We started with the Robbins principle. 2 types of needs. Physical needs. Human being is body plus self. Activities in the body, activities in the self. All this we have done today morning. Okay. How do we distinguish between body and self? All of us are human beings. We have a body, we have a self. अपने अंदर झांक के बताइए कि बॉडी और सेल्फ में क्या क्या डिफरेंस लगता है. जिसको जो ध्यान में आता है वो बोलिए. वी विल ट्राई टू राइट इट ऑन द बोर्ड. So when we say tangible, what do we mean? it can be seen, it can be touched. Okay, इसको हिंदी में बोलते हैं प्रत्यक्ष. प्रत्यक्ष, clear word प्रत्यक्ष is, you understand pratyaksh? Okay, body is pratyaksh, body is tangible, self is intangible. Intangible means अप्रत्यक्ष, दिखता नहीं है. Okay, so self is all that part of us which is not body, which includes mind, but then we are something more than mind also, right? Yes. Okay. Okay, so we are calling it Jivan. All that is, whatever is not body is self. We will look at deeply at self in the afternoon. Okay, so please join in that session. That will be useful if it is possible for you. So first difference is, okay, tangible and intangible. Everybody is clear on this difference? Any doubt? Like हमको शरीर दिखता है, जीवन दिखता नहीं है. शरीर को छू सकते हैं, जीवन को छू नहीं सकते. एक्सीलेंट. और कोई डिफरेंस बताएं? ओके, एग्जांपल देके बताएं. व्हाट डू यू मीन मेजरेबल? माइक ले लीजिए. माइक. Happiness, respect, peace, yes.
It can be like unlimited also. It has
Very nice. Very nice. So, requirements are also tangible. Body is tangible and body's requirements are also tangible. We all need food, that is okay, but we need food in limited quantity. Somebody may need 1 bowl of rice, somebody may need 4 bowls of rice. There is no problem in that, but still it is tangible. Okay, so the body's requirements are tangible. Tangible means quantitatively defined. Quantitatively defined. And this is intangible, more qualitative based. Good. और बताइए.
Sir, body is governed by self.
How many people are able to relate with what? आपका नाम क्या है सर? विजय जी जो कह रहे हैं, ये किस किस को ठीक लग रहा है? हाथ खड़े कीजिए. किस किस को ये ठीक लग रहा है? Okay, so some 10 people. Okay, so what we are saying here is self is the governor, body is governed.
my feeling, sir, because you cannot see it. So it's just an assumption that self is there. And I feel actually it's a thought built in the body, and that is what in reality you see.
No, okay. So again, we will repeat what we said earlier. That we have a feeling we need for respect or have a need for happiness. Are these the needs of our body? Body wants to be happy. This is the brain. So mind and brain are the same, they are different. So mind is here or brain is here? In self or we think by brain? Thinking. So let me draw a diagram here, and then we will. This is whole body. This is self. Body, there is a organ or part, brain. So when we tell student come back to the class, what will come back to the class? Okay. So अभी हम इसको self ही कह रहे हैं, because human being is body and self. There is nothing else. Okay, whatever is not body is included in the self. So if you say consciousness, consciousness also is included in the self. Right? So self has to come back in the class. Who decides? How do we understand it from real life examples? When I said that how many people agree that this is the governor and this is the governed, only 10 people raised hands. So for the remaining 100 people, that this clarity is not there. So we have to have clarity for everybody. So let me ask you another question. भूख किसको लगती है? नहीं, बॉडी को या सेल्फ को? भूख किसको लगती है? भूख किसको लगती है? Exactly.
When I am hungry,
Yes.
I want to drink water.
Exactly.
But I say that there is
Exactly.
no individual
Exactly.
I'm not going
Exactly.
to drink water 24 hours.
Exactly.
So even my body is what I
Yes.
want to drink water
Yes.
now. I consciously decide that till next day morning I'm not going to
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. I was at conclusion after a 10-minute discussion. You straight away gave the conclusion.
more examples.
Yes, please.
When I am perfectly all right,
Huh?
if I want to do anything, say for example, practicing the meditation, I'll sit quiet and calm and I'll do the meditation. Tomorrow I'll fall sick, I have fever, I want to sit for meditation, but my body is not allowing me to sit.
Yes. Yes.
I can't sit
Yes.
because my body is not allowing me.
Yes, I agree. Correct. So we will take both examples. So you are sort of questioning that
Not questions, sir, this is a scenario.
scenario. Yes. Yeah. So for our proper understanding, we want to have a discussion on this topic. So first, let us discuss.
Driving at the right time.
Okay. What does it mean? Okay.
Self don't want to sleep.
Okay. So first we will come to this fasting thing. Okay. Like we eat food every day. Okay. So my question would have been to you earlier, who decides that I want to eat food at lunchtime? Self. Okay. So as soon as we say that self decides, self comes in the role of governor. Because now let me explain in very layman's language in a longish way so that everybody becomes very clear. Body feels hunger, body sends a signal to the self that I am hungry. A diagram will be like this. Body sends signal to the self that I am hungry. under normal circumstances, self wants that body should remain healthy. Okay, so self will try to make arrangements so that body can get food. Okay, self will try to make arrangements that body should get food. But if there are certain compulsions the self has, for example, it is a fasting day. So throughout the day, self has decided that fasting. So on that day also, during lunchtime, body sends a signal to the self that I am hungry. Right or wrong? On a fasting day also, during lunchtime, do we feel hunger or not? Okay? So body sends a signal to the self that I need some food. But self says that today you will not get food, today fast is there. Today is a fasting day. Maybe by 4 p.m., 5 p.m. body sends a distress signal, SOS. Feeling very weak, going to faint. बेहोश होने वाला हूं. ऐसा भी हो सकता है ना, बहुत कमजोरी आ गया. तो सेल्फ समटाइम्स विल से कि आज तो बेशक बेहोश हो जाओ, खाना नहीं मिलेगा. राइट और रॉन्ग? ठीक है. So very clearly when we look at these examples, we can see that all the decision making is happening in self. Body is only giving signals to the self, and then based on the decisions of the self, body takes actions. So there are 5 sensory organs that we have and 5 work organs that we have. Information goes through sensory organs. What are the 5 sensory organs? Eyes, ears, nose, skin and tongue. These are the 5 sensory organs. What are the 5 work organs that we have? By which we consciously take actions. Hands, legs, tongue for speaking. Speaking is a action. Speaking is a action. Okay. What else? Excretory organs and reproductive organs. So body sends signals to the self. Self decides. Look, body may be sending different signals to the self. Like body may be sending a signal that I am feeling tired in the session. Body may be sending a signal to the self that now I am feeling hungry. But self says that something interesting is happening in this session, so remain hungry for some time. We cannot miss the session today. So even if you are feeling tired, even if you are feeling hungry, self decides that more important activity is going on which I do not want to miss, so you must support me. Then body keeps on sitting in the class. This is what is happening with most of you now. Okay. Right? So what we are trying to settle by all these discussions is that self is the bigger thing. Self is the bigger thing. Self is the deciding authority. And we do not have understanding of the self. We don't have clarity about the self. In our full education of 20 years, we do not talk about self in the classroom. In the upbringing of our children at home, how many times we talk about this self? almost never. Here in this workshop, what we are trying to say here is, by my own self-exploration in a logical manner, once I am convinced that a human being is a coexistence of body and self, self is the deciding authority. Self is the bigger thing. So for me to have a complete understanding about myself, I should have a complete understanding of my body and a complete understanding of myself. I should have a complete understanding of my family members' bodies and their selves also. फैमिली में किसी को डायबिटीज़ है, फैमिली में किसी को हार्ट प्रॉब्लम है, फैमिली में somebody is very old, so there is certain care that has to be taken for their bodies. We have to take care of that. We are not saying we do not have to take care of that. But do we only have to take care of the bodies of our family members, or do we have to take care of the selves of the other? This is the bigger thing. This is where the problems are. यहाँ पे तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं रह जाती, कपड़ा सबके पास में है, घर में खाना सबको मिल रहा है, बेडरूम सबके पास में है, still things are not right because इसका clarity नहीं बना. So here in a logical, clear classroom environment, if we understand that yes, self is the bigger thing, then it will certainly take priority in our life. This is where it becomes different from regular spirituality and religion. They are also right. All the great people, all the religions, they are right when they say that there is another reality beyond the body. Some people say it is Atma, some people say it is Ruh, some people say in Christianity they will say it is soul. But these words, did not help us very much. These words did not enable us to talk to our children regarding these things. Okay? Having known the word of Atma or Ruh or soul did not solve my family's problems. The third is the needs of the body are fulfilled by working. Like we get physical facilities by working. Okay? We get a chair because somebody is working to make a chair. We get a car because somebody is working to make a car. For self, we do not have to work in that manner. For self, we have to do the understanding part. And the fourth one we already discussed, that the requirements are intermittent. All requirements of the body are intermittent. What is intermittent? After some time, not continuously. And all requirements of the self are continuous. I mean, if we are spending 3 days with each other, do you want that I should treat you respectfully continuously, or I say that for 14 hours I will treat you with respect and for 5 minutes I will disrespect you? Even 5 minutes disrespect is not acceptable. If you see in many relationships between friends and even between close family members, sometimes somebody will feel disrespected, and 20 years of friendship they forget. Brothers and sisters, their relationship they will forget if there is a small disruption in respect or trust. It happens or not? Okay. It becomes very difficult to come back on track. So it does not matter, one gives explanation to their, तो 20 साल से तो मैं ठीक ही कर रहा था, एक ही बार तो गलती हुई. वही वो 20 साल से ठीक कर रहा था, हमेशा ठीक करना है, यही सेल्फ का रिक्वायरमेंट है. वो एक बार का भी गलती जो है, नॉट. Then it does not matter 10 साल से तो मैं ईमानदारी से काम कर रहा था, वो 10 साल से कर रहा था, हमेशा करना है. वो एक बार भी वो ट्रस्ट ब्रीच होता है, वो रिलेशनशिप जो है वो खत्म. So there the needs are continuous in nature.